Okay, good morning everybody. Let's get started. It's been a while since I've done this, so hopefully I don't make any mistakes. We are going to be making the Best Place to Be folio. So this is the tutorial video. So this is going to be over here so that I can look back at it. We got all of our pieces cut here, and all of these pieces will be in your description down below. Okay, so I've got them already, kind of trying to save on time. So let's get started. I will tell you what you need to do to each piece. Okay, so here is your A pieces. Okay, you got your A front and A back. You can see they have different score lines. Okay, it doesn't matter which one of these you do, but you're going to tape one on the dinted side and then both on the bumpy side. Okay, so then we're going to face them together, and then we're going to just glue them, tape them together. That's why you only need tape on the one side. So hopefully you can see this. Okay, so there you have it together. Give it a burnish. And then you can fold over your score lines. And this is the first folio I've done in craft, so we'll see how well that goes. There we go. Fold all of your score lines and then just give them a burnish. So this side is going to be your back, and it is going to have your closure. So this little flap is going to be your closure. And then this is the front. And this is where you're going to have the little tuck flap here to hold all of your, well, the entire section together basically. So you just move everything around however you need to get it to fold nicely. You guys are going to hate me once I tell you to do a 1/8 inch gusset. So now you're going to take this, put it back together, and I like to just taper just the tape width of that so that your pocket page fits on top. So just taper that back a little bit. You can always do more if you need to. So there we go. Okay, now you're going to flip it over. Here you go. You can change this if you want, but it doesn't much matter. And we're going to take, you have a piece of Tyvek if you have Tyvek. If you don't have Tyvek, that's fine. I used to use packing tape. It is basically just what is going to just protect your spine a little bit with age. Oh, I forgot I was going to do two pieces. Hang on, I have that piece. I knew I needed another piece. So much for our short video. So you're going to have one piece that is 2 by 8.5, and then this piece I did 3 by 8.5. So tape, make sure you tape, I show you. Tape the whole thing, cover to cover, or full coverage, whatever you want to call it, edge to edge, tape. There. So much for a short video. I always forget to say important things. Let me know in the video or in the comment section of any of my videos, if you are a subscriber to my channel, what you think of the videos, what you think, you know, like if I need to improve on something. Let me know in the comments of my videos. I love hearing from you guys. And I actually had the best confidence boost the other day because I'm always worried about how I instruct and if people understand me and you know, all that kind of stuff. And I'm working on a project, my mix and match album, and she said she was interested, and I said okay. And I can't remember exactly what I said, but she said that I am one of the few that she can really understand. So that made me feel great. That was great. So now we're just going to peel off one. Get everything out of your way. Now it doesn't matter how this is folded. I'm just gonna try and center this as best I can. It doesn't have to be exact. And stick it down. As you can see, it doesn't have to be exact. And then I'm going to just kind of burnish where it is. And then I'm gonna take the other layer off and just slowly work it across. But I'm going to flip. Oh, maybe I'm not. I stuck prematurely. So I guess I'm just gonna leave that as is. But this stuff at Tyvek is super. It is very forgiving. It does its job. So burnish, then I'll flip that thing over back under there and just burnish again. And there, see, you have, it's just a little bit, you'll have to re-burnish here. It just gives it a little bit more stability is all. And it looks like, as you can see here, there's black. I used black on this one, seeing as it was white. It just adds a little interest, I guess, to your folio. So now we'll do this one. So I'm going to peel the little piece in the middle and one of the wider ones. And I'm just going to try and center. Doesn't, like I say, have to be exact. And it is going to stick. Oh, that one is way short. So we'll just center it on there. There. As anal as I am, I'm actually not too panicked about that. It'll just add to the design, I guess, of the folio. Okay, so then just refold, re-burnish those. Just like so. So then there, this is going to be kind of your base construction. Okay, so there's that. We're going to set that aside. Okay, so you're going to pull in your B piece, which has no score lines, and your C piece, which has score lines. Now, as you can see in this folio, what I did right here, can you see it? I used my envelope punch board and I just created a little notch. You can do whatever you want to. You can just do a little, like just a little pull here. You can do this whole thing. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to do, I love the look of this, so I'm going to continue to do that. So I'm going to bring in my, and if you want to do it the same way as me, I'm going to bring in my envelope punch board. And I'm going to line up my score line with 1.5. So line up your cut edge with 2. And you got to remember this for when you mat. Okay, so when we're going to punch here. So we're going to line up our cut edge with 2. And we're going to, whoops, I moved it. We're going to punch. And you're going to flip it so that your tape is at the bottom. And do the same thing. Line it up with 2. Then you can either use your Stampin' trimmer or a trimmer that you can put in here. I just use a craft knife, and a metal-edged ruler. I love this ruler. Tim Holtz ruler is my favorite ruler. So I just put my blade in there, move it over so that it's kind of in the same spot here, and I just trim that off. Just like so. Put the knife away so you don't take off a finger. Garbage. Okay, so then this tape again on the bumpy side, or on the dinted side. Pretty much all of your tape is going to be on the dinted side, except for when we get to piece M, I think it is. It's going to be your angled pocket and then that pocket. So you can do your first few pieces if you like. Now, it doesn't matter which side you put it on, just as long as you know, so that when we're creating this, if I say side B or side C, you know where you put it and that it's not wrong. So once you're happy with that, you just peel and stick. If you can get everything to cooperate, and if you've watched any videos of mine, it usually doesn't like to cooperate with me. I thought if I used craft that I would be able to see better. Not so much. So there you are. Now, in the album that I did, I rounded these corners, but I was going to do an insert that folded over. Well, I couldn't do that because I rounded the corners. So there may be a few changes in this. So I'm not going to do that to this one. I'm going to leave those corners square. So now we're going to bring back in our base, okay, and we're going to put C. Well, I'm going to put C at the back. And if you're doing like, these are a little bit, you know, you can play around with them a little bit. But I'm going to have to trim, I think, a little bit more. Oh, maybe not. You want it to cover your tape. I may have to trim off a smidgen more from one of them. And when I say a smidgen, I mean a smidgen. Okay. And now this will fit better. Oh, forgot to turn off my iPad. Sorry. Okay, so there we go. Now that fits better. Okay. So then we're going to, oh, and I always dry fit, as you can tell. Okay, so I'm just going to peel that back a little bit. Do that again. Get that in there so that it's straight, and start adhering. And this is what I do because when I craft, other crafters have luck, I have bad luck. So my stuff always shifts, which it did. It is slightly crooked. Ah, that's not going to be acceptable. So we're going to bring in the, which everybody loves, the crafty friend, undo in the yellow bottle. You want the yellow bottle, not the green or whatever color. And this stuff is just awesome. If you can get it to work and not, I hope I'm not wrecking anything, because if I have to recut, then I'm going to have to pause this video and start it all over again. Whoops. Well, I guess that's working. Good thing this stuff dries. Okay. Okay. So close that up. And this is why I use tape and not glue, because if you use glue, you cannot do this. Glue is not forgiving at all. When you put the glue down, undo does not work, white glue. So whatever glue, like whether it be art glitter glue or Tombow, it does not work. It has to be double-sided tape in order for undo to work. I guess I got a little carried away with that stuff. get that to dry, and then I'm going to put this tape back on. Holy Hannah, or it's not. Oops. It is dry. Okay, so I'm going to put the tape backing back on just in case. Because if something isn't right, then I can fix it. Okay, so let's do that again. Well, that was close. I almost put it on backwards. I may have to trim off a little more. I am a perfectionist. If anyone knows me, I am a perfectionist. So then we're going to bring in our funky pointy tool instead and see if that will work. Because now I have it straight. Okay, that worked. Okay, we're cooking with gas again, people. Give it a burnish. Okay, other side, peel your tape. And a lot of the, like I've said this on a few other videos, everybody blames themselves or their cutter for like crooked pages or stuff like that. Don't be so quick to blame that. It could be your paper. This actually was, I got going making this and cutting half of my pieces, and I ended up putting something in the, and it was crooked, and I'm like, oh no. But I just kept going because what do you do? Okay, we're done there. So we'll set this aside, and we've got a D. So we're going to bring in your D, tape on the dinted side, and we are going to taper. Taper. I flip it over so that I can see this intersection, and you're going to miter those corners. So you're just going to cut on an angle through that X. Cut on an angle through that X. It doesn't have to be perfect if it's not right, and I will show you here. Okay, so you're going to fold over your score lines, find your bone folder, give it a burnish. What happened there? Give it a burnish, sorry. Fold over, and I think I'm going to be able to show you. So you're going to make sure, yeah, I get to show you. See, it's not, this isn't popping up. Yeah, I didn't get over enough on either one. So open that up again, and you just want to take off a sliver more. And I do mean, whoops, a sliver. Just to start with, you can always trim a little bit more. So take off your sliver. Just a sliver. Okay, and then we try it again. See how that pops up like that? Pops up. Done. This one's done perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to burnish it again. Now that there's nothing in the way. So now, if I'm not mistaken, this one is going to be, see, this is why I did this, is going to be this pocket away, oh dear. I don't even know where it goes. Oh, I tell you, you guys, this is terrible. Okay, so we'll just do that. We'll set that aside, and we'll work with the pieces that we know first. Okay, so bring over E. E has a 1/4 or an 1/8 inch gusset, and this is where you guys are going to be mad at me. So tape again on the dinted side. Okay, burnish your one score line, whichever one you get the best. And then you just pinch. Just to give it a pinch, just to engage that score line. And then you can give it your burnish. Okay, so there's your gusset. Okay, like so. So this piece is going to go on B. So you want to be able to, when we attach this, oh, I've been mitering tapering, all of my edges. You always want to taper when it's edge to edge. You always want to taper your, I probably sound like a broken record because I try to say it on all of my videos, just because I never know who is just beginning. Again, in the comments, are you just beginning? How long have you been crafting? Let me know. I love to hear all of your stories. Okay, so this is going to go, you're going to see where you have that edge. And I'm not sure I like working with craft paper because I can't see the edge. So you're going to line that up right on the edge of piece B or C, whichever one you put on the, well, should be B because you want that pocket on the back. Okay, then you're going to start adhering, just like so. Open it up and give it a burnish. Now, in my album, I have a lot of rounded corners. I'm going to round them later as I decide what I'm going to do with them, okay? So there's E. Okay, so I'm not sure where D goes. When I make these folios, I don't design them ahead. I make them, and then so I may lose pieces. I may have to get up and cut pieces. I don't know, because once you put it together and you get excited and you decorate it, you don't see where things are anymore. Okay, so then we're going to take pieces F, and they are going to go on the inside. We're going to open E so that you see B, and we're going to put the F pieces on top of piece E, okay? So these are just, this is where you're going to attach the pockets. And in the, I forgot the pockets in the cutting guide. So when we get to the pockets, I will just tell you what the measurement is. Okay, so you're going to take, and these are going to be tight fit because they are just simply, like they are just gonna fit right on there. Like there's no room for forgiveness this time. They're tight, okay? So when you adhere them, okay, you want your second score line in, so you're gonna have like that 1/2 inch and then the 1/8 inch. You wanna be about an 1/8 inch away from that score line. You don't wanna be right tight against it. You wanna be a little bit away from it when you score, or when you adhere that down, just so that it's got room for moving. Okay, so then you're gonna, oh, dang it, taper. I did so good with my B folio. This one, I'm having a terrible time with. Okay, so taper your edges. What I should start doing is coming on and doing these live so we can kind of chat. And if anything, like I said, is crooked, just switch the piece. See if the other piece fits, which it does, fits in that spot better. I should come on live because I think I've never done a live video on YouTube and then saved it. And I like, because this is a free tutorial, I like it to be, and I just flip it around so I can see better. Because this is a free tutorial for all of you, and I want you to have it. And I'm afraid that I'd go through all of this trouble and it not work. I know others have done it, but I don't have any, I don't have any special downloads, anything like that. So I don't know. Okay, so then this will close, right? And this will be your, so this is where your pockets are going to go. Pockets. Okay, so you're going to take these pockets, okay, and you're going to get them at 3 3/4. You're going to cut them 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So what I did is I cut the whole piece, like one piece off, and then I cut it in half so that they're exactly the same. Okay, so then you're going to tape, dinted side, do your miter, taper, taper, then miter. Maybe this one I'll get right. Miter your corners right through that X. Same thing to the other one. Taper. You know, and it really doesn't matter if you do this, because when I do that, when I decorate the album, like lots of people just, they put their decorative paper on and then the pocket. I put the decorative paper underneath so that, hopefully you saw that. I zoomed in so that it was a little closer. Anyway, so that the paper covers these. So I really don't have to do that. But it becomes a habit. If you make it a habit, then when you get to a piece that needs it, you do it. Right? Okay, so do both pockets. I guess we could have put these on before we glued it in, but you know, I like to do things backwards. Anybody else like that? Think about the better way after. Just inspect, make sure that everything is perfect. You could do something fun with these as well. You could angle them, but I'm keeping them straight just because of their job. Okay, so you're gonna put that right over there, and I'm going to leave a tiny little, like not even 1/8 of an inch. This one didn't quite burnish right, so it's sticking over a little bit. So I just pull it over. So it's not even 1/8 of an inch. I'm just making it so that I can see that score line. So this is going to be another trick for you guys that I've seen other crafters do. You're going to peel, if you can, the back or the edge. Okay. Then you're going to open it. And you're going to sneakily just place a piece of tape in here so that when you put, if you don't want to use all that decorative paper, like to go all the way in, you just want to, you know, not waste it. This way, your photo mats will still go in without catching, because I tell you, mine catch and it drives me bonkers. So then you're just going to continue. Let's get that out of the way. Continue sticking down your other flaps. I'm just going to do one at a time. Stick down. And stick down. Flip it around and do the other pocket. Make sure when you flip it though, you put your folded edge in the right so that you have your pocket. I've done that too. Okay, so just do your dry fitting. I always dry fit. Ooh, this one was my fan. Oh, that one. And if it doesn't, sorry about my head in the way, if my head is in the way, but I gotta see. The craft paper is not exactly as... my favorite is black. I did that other one with white because I wanted to see. I've also done a red one, but my favorite is the black. Okay, same thing, flip it over, stick just a a small piece of tape there, just so that it can slide. And I burnish it just so that because this is the, I don't know, something, it's not the clear tape, the really sticky stuff. So I'm just gonna burnish it. Okay, and then stick down your pockets. Okay, smooth that down. Okay, so there we have that. Okay, so that is that. Then we're gonna find piece H. Okay, so I'm gonna do the pieces that I know where they go. Piece H, you're gonna take and you're gonna open back up to piece E. Okay, so this is gonna be the of that fun pop-up, little pop-up that we have in there. And those pieces are not in the cutout either. I will talk you through that piece as well. Okay, so you're to fold and burnish. There is no gusset on this one. Fold and burnish. I'm going to flip it upside down, like I said again. And I'm going to find something white so I can see where my edge is. And this one is a little thinner because I didn't want it to go edge to edge, right? I wanted to have that little bit of room there. And these papers are quite crooked. So I'm happy with where that is. You want to place it as far over to the cut edge as you can. My papers are crooked, so I'm altering a little bit. Okay, so you're going to place that. Okay, and then just give it a burnish. Okay, so that's most of what we're going to leave this till the end so that we don't wreck any of the components there. So we're going to leave that so that folds over and you have your pocket. Now we'll do the waterfall, okay? So those are all of your G pieces. Okay, G pieces. Nope. I'm not sure where D goes, people. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but okay, so we're going to take and fold on all of our score lines. Again, tape on the dinted side. And when I get this done, I'll show you. This is, yeah, you waste a little bit of paper, but it's really easy to make these folios. So you got your 3 pieces, 6 1/4 by 9, 6 1/4 by 10, 6 1/4 by 11. It's just a little bit. So you got 1, 3, 5 pieces of score tape. It doesn't have to be the whole way in there. I just want to make sure that it sticks. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold on my score lines and burnish. Okay, I think I said tape on the dinted side, right? Tape on the dinted side. Okay. I apologize for this video being very long, but one of these days I'll get my poop in a group and ducks in a lake and, you know, all that fun stuff, and be organized. And then I will just shock the heck out of all of you. So I am just measuring, but again, I'm going to flip it and see if it works better the other way, because if you cut your papers, if they are crooked and you cut your papers, they tend to be the same. Mine not so much. I have to fold this score line. This is just a little crooked, and I think that was my issue. Okay, so you're just gonna, you can measure, but I'm thinking I'm pretty okay right here. To have your 1/2 inch, you know. Okay, so then you're gonna lift up one and hold the other, and then you can lift the one. Peel your tape, and then stick it down, and then open it up and give it a burnish. Okay, fold them both, bring in your largest piece and do the same thing. Okay. Okay, and then you're gonna pick up the 3 so that that folds over. So you have 3 pieces here, and if your tape cooperates, peel the tape backing, just like so. And then stick her down. Okay, open it up and give it a burnish. Okay, and then this can go in your folio. Now, again, some people, they like to decorate before they put this down. So that's up to you. Okay, I'm putting this in like so. So if I wanted to put paper the whole thing, I could do that, and you might see it, but I'm not gonna. I'm going to put this, I'm gonna have a row at the top and a row at the bottom, so I'm just going to flip it, and I'm just going to measure and put it 3/4 of an inch. Make sure that's the same 3/4 of an inch. And then just make sure you're kind of centered. And then if you can, without wrecking anything, turn it around and not move it so that you can pick up all but one. And then you peel your tape backing. From all of those pieces. Hopefully you can see this enough. Peel your tape backing and stick it down. And so this will give me just a little decoration here and then a little bit on the bottom, and it still gives me the look of, so there's that. So then this will flip over, these will flip over, and this will close. Okay, I'm thinking this D pocket goes back here. You guys, you've got to laugh at me. That's what I'm here for. Okay, you've got to laugh at me. Okay, so now we have I and J, and they are going to make that accordion page, kind of like this one. They're going to make this one, this here. Let's just put that together now because we're done over there for the most part. And I think it's the pocket that goes at the back. Anyway, so piece I gives you a 1/4 inch gusset. Okay, so fold over on your score lines. Okay. How am I doing, people? Leave me a comment. Now you're gonna take J. There's no gusset on J. You're gonna fold that over. Okay, J. And J is going to be flipped upside down and go on top of. Yeah. I had to look and make sure I was doing it right. See? Craziness. Oh yeah. Taper. I hope I haven't missed any tapering. You guys like me when you're watching a video and you see them doing something that they missed or they forgot or they're doing wrong and you're yelling at them? They're not hearing you? I bet you guys are yelling at me. Okay, so I'm just gonna go right to the very edge here. I am happy with that. Peel your tape. Okay, and then you're gonna put your gusset over here, right beside your 1 inch inside your score lines, right beside this 1 inch spine for your cover flap. And again, you're gonna put it close to that score line, but not on it, so that it folds and there's room, because this gusset will fold up against it. So I'm going to give myself just a little bit more room here. And then I'm going to, I didn't do it again. Were you guys yelling at me? Taper. Now I got to do all that lining up again. Okay, so give yourself that little bit, that 1/8 of an inch, top and bottom, or right from the top to the bottom. Peel your tape. So then when you engage that gusset, you have like that. Oh, it looks as though, oh, I didn't get it over quite enough, so I'm gonna have to trim off a hair. This is my perfectionism. So I am just going to trim off, and when I say hair, a sliver, it's just a sliver. Like, I'm not even sure that's an 1/8 of an inch. So you're just gonna trim that off. See, like that's all right there. That's all you took off. If you needed to, if you taped it in the right spot, you probably won't need to do that, because you want to make sure that it's, yeah, there you go. It's right at the edge. Perfect. I may have to take off. It's crooked. Like, this paper is some crooked. So I think D pocket goes right here. So this is the pocket that goes with your zigzag. So D, haha, at least we didn't waste any paper. D goes with your zigzag. So we're going to put that, because that one is going to be, we did it, I didn't tape it because I'm going to tape it with you because it's a fun piece. So what we're going to do is to make this, we are going to, you have a score line on 3 edges and then 1 in the middle, okay? So I got to remember which way. So from this is going to be your top corner. And then, so this edge, we are going to make a tick mark at 3.5. Okay, find your pencil. Make yourself a tick mark at 3.5, okay? So now what we're gonna do is, if you have a trimmer that this will fit in, perfect. I don't. So what I'm going to do is use my ruler, and I'm just gonna cut it. But you're not going to go from, you're gonna go to the score line. So you're going to take your blade, and you're gonna cut from here, and you're gonna line up with that score line, not the corner, okay? And then cut. I don't push too hard. I go over it a few times, just, there we go. So that you're not, so you don't push too hard, so you don't move anything, because I've done that a few times and then I'm angry. Okay, so then we'll put this away. Okay, so this piece, we don't need this whole 1/2 inch. We don't need this here. So we're going to cut that off. So I need my, I'm going to use my blade, because you can use scissors, but I'm going to take it off a little higher than the score line. And this is kind of like a different way of doing and I'm going to angle it here, different way of doing like a stack pocket, an angle stack pocket, because I never get like the measurements of the stack pocket right if I do it like your typical stack pocket. So I'm going to take it off just a little above that score line because it's going to be inside anyways. And just cut that off like so. Okay, so there, that's gone. Okay, so now we can add our tape and do our typical. Okay, so tape, now listen, tape on the bumpy side here and here. Tape on the, tape on the dinted side. I don't remember if I said tape on the dinted side here. You're gonna flip it over and tape on the bumpy side here. So let's do that right now because it's different and we will mess up, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna tuck this one inside that pocket. Now, oh, there it is. Okay, so then we're gonna tape the dinted side here, and then we're also going to have like a little bit of an extra piece here because we're going to be missing, in order to close it all up, we're going to be missing 1/2 inch flap. So you're going to cut a piece of the same color cardstock at 1 inch by 4 1/4, I think it is. Or just measure right here, because this is where it's gonna, no, it's gonna go in here. Yeah, 4 1/4 you'll get away with. It's gonna be inside, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so fold your score lines. You may have to fold both ways because, oh, oopsie, well, you gotta miter your corner here. I'm gonna love the look of this craft album, but I don't like working with it. Okay, so fold. You always fold the same way, or I do. Okay, fold and burnish. Fold and burnish. And now you can see how there's that little, it's gonna fold over like this. Whoopsie. This one, oh, we did it. Oh, I did it the wrong way. Oh no, I did it the wrong way. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Yeah, because I wanted it this way. So, I want to peel my tape. So this one may have to. Oh no. Oh, I did that right. I think no, I did that wrong. I mean, this one is right. But these two, because this one, yeah, because if we should have folded it. Okay, so don't tape. Watch the video, don't tape. This one, so we're gonna have to peel this tape, which is not a big deal, off of here. Not a big deal, it's gonna be hidden. So we need to peel the tape because, no, this one, it is on the wrong way, but I'm going around that. So it is on the wrong side. This one has to be, that one is right. I don't know how I did that wrong, you guys. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please, could you ever forgive me? Okay, so let's try that again. So close out, so we need tape here. There. And that's going around. Okay, so there. Okay. I'm not sure what happened there, because I got the one the right way, but I guess maybe they're all on the bumpy side. Trim off. I apologize. I just have done too much of this album to start again. Whoopsie. So I don't want to, and I don't know how to edit and Like some of you guys all know how to edit, and my videos are real, folks. Real messed up. Okay, so then we're gonna bring in our D pocket. So this is how it's gonna look, right? So your D, hokey Dinah. We're gonna trim D down about 1/4 inch. It looks like. Yeah, we got a trim, which is good. We can trim 1/4 inch off. Okay, so I'm just gonna run to my trimmer and I'm gonna cut off 1/4 inch. Very quick. I'll try and be quick. As long as I can get everything to work right. Okay, let's see if that works. Oh, I gotta trim off a little bit more. That is the best part about doing these is if you, there we go. Okay, perfect. Okay. So this is gonna fold under. Okay, this one, this tab, we can fold and adhere down. Okay. Now this one, we're gonna tuck it, fold this one in. We may have to do some tapering just to make, yep, there we go. Okay, so fold this one in. This one is going to go in here. Now I guess if you want to, you can leave this open and have it like a file folder, you know, kind of thing. Okay, so I'm going to put that down. Get everything in its spot. And I'm going to take off this bottom piece first. Hopefully. Okay, like that. Now it's not going to go anywhere, so I'm not as, okay, varnish that down. Open this. Oh, I didn't taper that one. Taper this one. Okay, and then you can glue this. Okay, you're gonna open it up so that your inside piece, and you can adhere that. Okay, so then this gives you that pocket. So you can leave this open, but it's going to be open in there. I don't want it open. Okay, so I took that. Okay, your little 1 by 4 1/4. Okay, you're going to tape both edges. Okay, tape on both edges. Okay, like so. It is a small piece to work with, so burnish your tape on. Okay, fold that over, give it a burnish, but try not to. Okay, I'm going to taper. Because I don't think it's going to fit without being, oh, it will, perfect. Okay, so I don't have to do any tapering. Okay, so this is going to go in like that. Okay, just like so. So you can, you know, pull it off like this and put in one edge, you know, go like so, get it right in there. But I'm going to close it and tuck it in. Hold my tongue just right. You guys do that. Hold your tongue just right. And peel. Oh, I did it. Okay, hold your tongue just right so that things don't move. Stick that down, and then this piece, you don't have to worry so much. Okay, just pull that off. Ta-da! Okay, so then this piece goes on the front of J. Okay, I'm getting messy here. I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, so your pocket piece is gonna go, if you wanna open it up, okay, because it's gonna go right on the top of piece J. You wanna stay a little bit away from that edge. Always stay just a little bit away from the edge. Make sure everything's all lined up. Okay, just like so. And again, this paper is insanely crooked. You're gonna try and take off this back piece first, and we're going to do that tape trick again. Okay, so take off your inside, whatever you want to call that. Okay, open it up and put, you know, a couple short pieces just so that it's not catching. Knowing me, it'll catch right in the middle. So, but you do you. If I didn't have bad luck, I'd have no luck. Anybody else that way? Whoopsie. Okay, so then you can fold that back down. Okay, and peel your other two edges. This edge is stiff because it's got lots of layers, so it's not really gonna go anywhere. Okay, flip that around and peel off your other. There. Okay. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Now this does have like that big gusset, which is not a big deal because when you fold up your album, it will, you don't see it. And I increased the spine here so there'll be a little bit more room in this one than in the other one. Because the other one, and I also use Stampin' Up! Paper, which is a little heavier. Okay, so then you have your portrait waterfall, okay, but that is going to go on the L pocket. Okay, so that one is this one, right? And it's going to go on the L pocket, so we're going to do that pocket first. Okay, so we can do this together. So we do the same. This is going to go here, but this is going to be decorative. You know what I did? I think I did two. This N, I don't think we need it. N is D, which was probably why I was so confused. Because we've got this pocket, and we've got this. We don't need N. So in your cutting guide, there will be no N. So we won't worry about N, but I will leave everything else the same. So we don't need N. So I just want to make sure this isn't going to give us much of a decorative space. Just a minute, folks. I mean, we're already probably busting into an hour anyway, so we may as well just carry on, right? Let me just see here. Well, that is the right one. I guess we'll just carry on this way. Okay, so I'm gonna decorative punch this one. And again, I'm gonna line up with the 2, my cut edge with the 2, making it my score line with the 1.5 punch. Okay, cut edge with the 2, punch. And cut. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this little strip off in the center. Okay. and then we will do our typical pockety things. Okay, whoopsie. Taper. Taper. Miter. Let me know if you guys can see all of the, like when we miter and all that stuff, or if you need, because I can do a video of how to do each thing, like, you know, or a beginner project or something that shows different things. Let me know in any video. Go through my videos in there. I've got a lot of these. This is my favorite style to do, and it is definitely inspired by Scrapping It Up. She did a Folio series called Forever and Always, or Always and Forever. I can't remember which way it went. It was a 4-folio series, and I did it, and I absolutely loved them. And I have been addicted to making that style of folio ever since. So yeah, some of this stuff is mine, you know, like nothing is really mine because everything has been done. You know, like you see an idea and it, you know, just because you change the way it looks or how it is doesn't mean it's yours. Anyway, so these folios are totally her inspiration. And she is a phenomenal, she is one of the ones that her and Kathy King are the ones who got me doing this, and I'm absolutely loving it. So now we're just going to stick our waterfall pieces. So you're going to take all of your K pieces that you taped on the dinted side, and you're going to just, you know, glue them down the line. Just like so. And the reason I did my mix and match album, and most, like 98% of the photos in that album are all landscape. What do people take pictures? Portrait. So I had to pick and choose what photos, because I'm actually putting photos in that album. That'll be the first album I have ever included pictures in or added photos to. I love making these and I have so much fun, but I don't put photos in them. I'm terrible. My daughter is 22, and I have a baby album. Like I was faithful taking pictures probably till she was 3, maybe 4. And then I don't have any pictures anymore. They're all on my phone or my computer, you know, whatever. So I have stuff to do a baby book for her, you know, like a fancy one like this. And I just haven't, I don't know, probably 6 packages of baby paper to make this album for her, or for me of her. Okay, so then we're going to fold that out right open so that you have your back cover. Okay, and we're going to again stay about 1/8 of an inch away from that score line in there. See, this pocket is terrible. It's like smaller. I would fight with it, but we're not gonna. Okay, do the same thing. You're gonna peel that back piece off. Then we're gonna open it up and put tape in there. Okay, then just open this up and put a couple pieces of tape in here. Like so. And just like so. And that should help get things so that when you put your photo mat in there, right? When you put your photo mat in there, it goes all the way and doesn't catch. Okay, so now we can stick down our other edges. Oh, this tape is not my friend today, and I even burnished it. Okay, so there's that. So then, okay, so now we're gonna open up, okay, open this piece here. So you see I, okay, and then set it over to the side, and this is where we have our, it's gonna be a mirrored image, okay, so we're gonna cut, okay. So we are going to, let me just figure out what the measurement is because I like it. And this is also a Kathy King, like that's where I got it from, was Kathy King. This pocket everybody does, but this kind of piece with the came from her. So we're gonna go over from the cut edge and we're gonna make a tick mark at 3 inches. Okay, so 3 inches from the cut edge. Okay, so from the cut edge, 3 inches, and we're gonna do that on the top and on the bottom. Okay, so 3 inches from the cut edge, top, and up from the bottom. Okay, now you can take these 2 pieces, okay, fold them together like this, walk over to your trimmer, which is what I'm gonna do, okay, and you can hack them off. Or if you're gonna cut individually, draw a line, do the same thing to the other side, and then trim off that edge. But I'm just going to come over because my trimmer is much quicker. So I'm just going to line up those 2 tick marks and slice it off. Okay, then you're going to do your pocket taper miter. Okay, so there's your mirrored pocket. So when you score it, you're going to put 1 in your trimmer. What I always do the 1/2 inch, 1 in your trimmer, score, flip it clockwise, score. Okay, this one is going to go in your trimmer, score, counterclockwise, score. It will be written in the description, but that way so that you know. Hopefully everybody knows by now you watch my videos and then do the project, because I tend to mess up a little bit. If I was a planner, would probably do well, but if I plan something, then it's way worse. I'm not a planner when it comes to these. I just get ideas and they flood my brain and I can't sleep and I can't do anything until I do it. So I'll get up 2-3 o'clock in the morning because I had this idea. I had to trim a little bit more off of this pocket. It's not quite flapping. Just a hair. See, now it's flapping. And so I end up making, I think I made this folio in 2.5 hours. It was a morning. I made it, like I constructed it one morning. Of course, it was an early morning, but so it may have been, 3 or 4 hours, but whatever. It felt like just a couple. So there's your pocket. So we'll bring back in our folio. And again, if you want to open it, you can open it, but it's not gonna, because the way it is, it's not gonna work well. So again, bring in that white paper, tuck it under so that you can see. Okay, so you're gonna make it so that your angles are in, oh, this one is perfect, are in the middle. Okay, so I am not gonna bother doing the taping thing to this one because it's a big enough pocket that, okay, so there's that. Give that a burnish. Okay, and then you're gonna do the same, and we're not gonna be able to get, wonder if I can open it up without wrecking something. Then we got to get this out of the way. Okay, so then this is going to go right along that edge, but you want to give yourself a little bit of space, right? Okay, and then peel off one tape backing, and then we can put the folio back the way it should be so we don't wreck anything. Because Lord knows I will. Okay, and then we can stick down the other. Okay, and so there's your folio, the base, basically. Now we're going to do the fun part with the, so there's your folio. Okay, so you got everything that folds. So you got lots of room in there. Oh, we're going to have to do some trimming. Yeah, these pockets. Once it's folded, it pushes in and it pushes up to those pockets. So we got to do some trimming on that flap. We got to take off, well, safely a ½ inch. So we'll open it up, bring in, and draw a line. And the whole idea to these folios is that it is constructed. Oh, can't see. This craft, I like it, but it's a bugger. So I hope you can see. Anyway, the whole idea to these folios is that the base is constructed with 2 full 8.5 by 11 pieces. But we are trimming this one. Or you can, you know, take another ½ inch off your pockets, and then the flap stays the same. But I'm going to take it off the flap instead, because the pockets are already down. So if you're watching the video before you do your cutting, instead of 3.5, just do them at 3, your pockets. Just a minute and I'll give you the measurement. Cut that off. Because this, so if you do a tuck pocket, these are great for that. Okay, so we're going to take, if you want to take the ½ inch off of here, go ahead. If you want to take the ½ inch off of here, you're going to cut it at 3.25 instead of 3 3/4. Okay, so you make your pockets 3.25. Okay, so that would be great for a pocket card. So that would work. Okay, so here is your folio. Fold that in like so. Yeah, now that's working better. And see how you've got way more room. Like once it's decorated, it'll, you know, like there'll be a little less space. But there's far more. Like this one, I can't hardly even pinch. See the difference? Okay, so now we'll open it up. Okay, we're gonna go back over here, way over here. Okay, to our H and E. Okay, so you're gonna get 2 pieces. You're gonna cut 2 pieces, 7 by 1.5, and you're gonna score at a 1/2 or 1, whichever, so that you have a 1 inch and a ½ inch. Okay, you're gonna do that to both pieces. Okay, so then I did one from my memory. Okay, so we're gonna come in, we're gonna measure in 1 inch on that score line and make a tick mark, okay, with your pencil. Then you're going to do at the bottom, the 1 inch, you're gonna make a tick mark at 2 with your pencil, okay? And then you're gonna take your scoring tool, and from here, from the tick mark on the corner up to the corner, you're gonna score, oh wait, sorry, no. From that tick mark on the score line down to the 2 inch tick mark, you're gonna score just from the score line to the tick mark, okay? Can you see that? Okay, so you got no score lines up here, okay? So now, from that tick mark, up to the top corner, you're going to score all the way. You're going to score up to that top corner and through that 1/2 inch score line. Okay, can you see that? Hopefully you can see that. Okay, then you don't need this. Okay, you don't need this little 1/2 inch right here. Okay, we're going to cut that away. Okay, so just cut down your score line there to the intersecting score line. Okay, and then just cut that score line away, giving you that triangle. Okay, just like so. Okay, I haven't decided whether you're going to cut right off that score line. I think we will. Makes it a little bit smaller. I fought with this when I was doing it. Okay, same thing to the other one. I did this one. So cut down that score line just to the intersecting score line in the 1/2 inch section. Okay, just to the intersecting score line. And then cut off the score line up to that tick mark. Okay, just cut that off. Okay, trim up any little nubbins or any that you may have. Okay, so we're going to fold and burnish both ways with this. We want it to really, really fold, like you want it to not have any hold back, like you want it to be free flowing. Okay, so fold both ways. When you score like that, it's not as precise. Fold both ways. Okay, and the other one. These little pieces are tedious. Fold both ways, burnish both ways, make sure it folds really good. Okay, do the same thing to the other one. Okay, fold and burnish both ways. Okay. I also learned on my album doing this not to use tape or use glue. I used tape because I was going to use glue so that it was a little firmer. I had to take it apart and I tore my paper, but I think I managed to cover it enough that it's, I'm keeping it anyway, so it doesn't matter. This is the one that if I decide I will sell, or you know, whatever, that'll be this one. So if I got to do this one right. Okay, so tape on the put this down towards you. Okay, just a minute. See, I gotta make my brain work. Okay, so bring in your album. Okay, when you put this, so this, it's going to be opposite. Okay, so this is going to go up here. And you want it to line up, so you're going to have a little bit right, because mine was crooked, so I have to check. So I got to be over just a little bit. Okay, so you're going to put tape on the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to flip it, turn it, and I'm going to put tape right here. Okay. There are all kinds of videos out there of all of these pop-ups or fun folds or whatever you want to call them. But all of them that I have found have been in centimeters. I don't like to work in centimeters. I work in inches. So I struggle, and I usually end up wasting a lot of paper trying to convert. But this one was somewhat easy. Okay, so then this one, so it goes like this. I know it looks funny, but when it opens, you'll understand. Okay, so it goes like that. So then this one is going to be the same. Okay, so this goes in like so. This doesn't feel very burnished. Okay, so that goes like this. So I'm gonna open it and turn it this way. and I'm going to add my tape. Because with tape, you can use undo. I use a lot of undo. My bad. Okay, I'll just trim that little bit off. Like so. I am, however, going to have to use glue because we got to glue that little triangle, and that is a pain in the ass if you're using tape because it's so little. Okay, so what we're going to do is, okay, so you close like this, okay, close it under. That point of that, okay, you want it to be right into that score line right there. And you want to be straight. Just like so. Okay. Make sure I have the same amount of space. Okay, so you're gonna make sure that that point and that triangle there is, oh God, I hope you guys can see. Okay, the point to that triangle is in this score line. Okay, so then I'm going to carefully lift and peel. I could use my tool, and peel the tape backing. Oh, that didn't work. Half the tape backing is still on there. Oh, I tell you, all because I'm trying to do a video. Things have to be very complicated. I can't get it off. There. Okay. Because this is what is going to be. So now I don't know if you guys can picture it yet. Okay, just a minute. Okay, that is, are you picturing it yet? See, when you pop it open, see how it pops open? It pulls it. So when you close it, so you can make these photo mats any size. I just wanted to make them 4x6 so that I could fit an actual 4x6 on them. Okay, so same thing on the other side. Okay, your 1 inch goes to the edge. I have to leave myself a little space here because mine was crooked. Okay, so just like that, make sure that point is in the fold there. Oy. Where's my tool? It's probably hiding somewhere. Oh, there we got it. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now, this is where, oh, there it is. This is where I had my trouble, okay? When you watch the videos, they fold something over, right? But it doesn't, like, I don't know how they get it, because it's got to fold like this, and I can't. So I just put the glue on it and pushed it down like this, and then I folded it in and reburnished. So that's how I'm doing it, okay? But everybody in their videos, they fold it down, and mine went into the wrong spot. So I don't know whether I was doing it wrong or what was happening. But so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put glue here on this. Whoopsie, make sure you do get lots, but you don't want too much. Because you want to stick her down like you want it to be. Okay, and then I'm just gonna close that, like close this piece and pinch like so. Okay, so you're gonna have that, and it's gonna go right on the edge. Okay, close that. Okay, just like that. So when you close it, that folds in. See, it's not working right again, or I just have to have the other one done as well. Yeah, I just had to have the other one done as well. Okay, Okay, so it's working right. I was a little concerned there. Well, maybe that's what it is. Oh, that's what it is. Oh, okay. Here we go. So glue. Is this, oh no. I folded and it didn't work right. Nothing went. So fold it like that. But I'm gonna do, okay, fold that down, and it went in the right spot. All right. Okay, make sure you get that stuck good and it's dry. I made this too. Everybody else has used them, so I bought all the stuff and I made it too. Okay. Okay, so then you're gonna open that up, make sure it's stuck good. Now when you do these pieces, okay, you've got to make sure that your space in here does not exceed. This does not exceed. Okay, because this is gonna go in and it's gonna fold in, right, like so. So we've got to make sure that we're not going to exceed. I may have to trim it down. So you could do 3, like, so this piece, you're going to be down. You don't want to glue anywhere near here. So I glued about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch down from that triangle. So you can't, whoops, you can, you know, 3, that gives you 5. So you could do a 3 by 5 or a 4 by 5 or 6, right? Like you could go, you just can't exceed, you don't want to exceed this one, right? But I'm going to use my 4 by 6s. So like this, and you're going to glue them on like this here. Okay, and then this one goes here. Okay, like so. But I'm going to round the corners of these ones, just the outside corners, so that they kind of don't get. So I'm going to bring in my corner rounder and just round the corners of both. Like so. And you always want to make sure. So that is the problem with giving an album to somebody, because you want to make sure that whatever photo goes on has the same rounder. I am going to have to trim this down. So this will have to, like I will have to trim my photo that I put in here, because I'm going to trim it down to a 4 by 6 1/4, or 4 by 6, or 4 by 6 1/4. Okay, so there's one. So you can decide on what size of a photo you want in this spot. I like the full-size photos. So here I am going to use my adhesive again. So we're just going to put glue all over this 1-inch piece, but you don't want to go over that spot, that invisible line right here. Okay. And then you just stick your photo mat down, just like so. Just like so. So there's one. Okay, so that folds back inside. Okay. Same thing, you're going to give yourself that invisible line. Use your glue. Okay, glue all the way down. I think that's why I like the black. I actually cannot see where the craft stops. Whereas the black, you still can. Okay, so then you're going to use that invisible line. And make sure you don't go in too far. You want to see that. You want to see your mechanism piece. And then once you get your decorative paper on here, this will fold a little better. So what I do is I just help it. So there, that worked. So there is our Folio construction video. I hope I didn't make you giggle. I may still round or decorative corner these ones. This one I'm going to leave because I may do a different thing with matting here. All the other corners are good. So you'll be able to see. I will have a matting. I don't do any matting on video, but I go through enough and you can pause and stop and all that fun stuff in the videos and watch how I mat. So that's how your folio looks. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me a comment and let me know how I did. Have a great day.